Hi there and welcome to Dawson City, the Paris of the North, the epicenter of the gold fever. However, that was a long time ago, but a lot of historic buildings are still remaining in Dawson City, making this kind of like an open air museum. Now I hear you wondering, what else is there to do in Dawson City? Or maybe you're interested to know, is there still gold to be found in Dawson City? Or perhaps you're just here to listen to the soothing sound of my voice. We need to get across the other side of this river. Either way, you came to the right place. My name is Bastian Bakker. This is The World at Your Feet, and today we're gonna explore Dawson City. Let's go. Dawson City has something for all sorts of travelers. At your local visitor center, you can not only get information about what to do and see in town, there's also an exhibition and several movies playing about the history and the gold mining in Dawson City. There are also several hiking trails. You can take a river cruise, rent a kayak, or fly over the Yukon River with a plane. There's also a casino and of course the famous Cancan shows. You can take a historic walking tour through town, but you can also do a self-guided walking tour, as all of these historic buildings come with a board full of information. Along the Bonanza Creek Road, there's also plenty to do. At Claim 6, you can learn something about gold panning, but also try your luck and see for yourself if there's still gold in the area. You can drive along the gold fields and go up to King Solomon Dome for some stunning views, especially if you're here to see the Northern Lights. And while you're in the area, also pay a visit to Dredge 4. Here you can see how it was done in the old days. There's a farmers market every Saturday and Sunday from 11 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You can also participate in the Dawson City Sourdough Challenge. Complete a checklist of 10 local activities and gain the honorary sourdough certificate. Get your checklist and certificate at the visitor center. You can also pay a visit to the First Nation Culture Center and learn more about the history and culture of the First Nation of the Yukon Territory. And if you have the opportunity, I would highly recommend to visit the Midnight Dome, just a little bit outside of town. From here you got a stunning view over the Klondike River, the Yukon River, and of course Dawson City itself. And if you come a bit in the late afternoon, you can sit, relax and enjoy the stunning sunsets. The Midnight Dome of course is also a great place for stargazing. And if you take the ferry to the other side of the Yukon River, you can visit the Paddle Wheel Graveyard. A graveyard of paddle wheel boats is a bit airy, but part of a rich history of transportation for people and goods to and from Dawson City. And although the gold rush is over, gold mining still thrives in the golden fields of Dawson City, the historic heart of the Klondike Gold Rush, where you can still find a lot of iconic and historic places where you can indulge yourselves in the history of the gold rush. Dredges were floating gold digging machines, and dredge number 4 was the largest wooden hull dredge in North America. Over 46 years, dredge number 4 recovered 8 metric tons of gold. Lost digging time meant lost money, so the dredge shut only down briefly for crews to clear the sluices. At top production, almost 23 kilograms of gold were cleaned out every 3 to 4 days. Twice a month, the company would ship about a dozen new gold rigs to the bank. Dredge number 4 could process 1,088 metric tons of gravel every hour.
Wow!
In the summer of 1896, Skookum Jim, George Carmack and Dawson Charlie were hunting when Skookum Jim discovered gold here on Bonanza Creek. George Carmack recorded the discovery claim at the first Yukon gold rush town of 40 Mile, and gold fever spread from there to create the Great Klondike Stampede of 1898. And last, but certainly not least, Claim No.6, where you can pan gold for free. Now you can pick up your pan at the visitor center or bring your own. The shovel's already here. We're gonna be here for a couple of days to see if we can get some money back that we spend on a trip and see if we're lucky. After that we're gonna go back to Whitehorse and make our way down towards Vancouver before the winter starts. Because winter is coming, and it really is coming. It's getting wetter, it's getting colder, and you can really see the leaves are getting yellow and orange. It's time to go to the south. Unfortunately, last week Yolanda's been under the weather. She didn't really understand the assignment in Dawson City. It was the gold fever, not a cold fever. But that also cost us a week. So that's why we're in a little bit of a rush to get down south. Before I'm gonna leave you with it, I want to give you some bonus material. We got some amazing footage. I also flew my drone. So if I were you, I'd stick around for a little bit. For me, it's time to dig some gold. So up and away, and we see you in the next adventure. Ciao for now.
Wow.
And it fits too. We found a little bit of a hiccup. The normal highway leaving Dawson City is closed, so there's a detour. And this is where the detour is leading. We need to get across the other side of this river. And I don't know if our car is high enough or this river is deep. So I'm gonna go and see how deep it is. And yeah, this is giving me a little bit of deja vu, Costa Rica. At first, we were quite surprised by this detour going through a river, especially for cars like ours. We don't have a 4x4. And after that, the road got worse and weirder and no signs of where we had to go. It actually took us another crazy river and 2 hours driving into the middle of nowhere before we realized we took a wrong turn. We backtracked all the way back to Dawson City, and this is where we discovered that we actually missed the detour sign and we had no business coming here at all. So, 2 hours later, a little bit of stress and some wear and tear on our tires, we were back on the right track and on our way to Whitehorse. Hello there, very good morning and welcome back in Whitehorse. For those that have been following our journey so far, we've already been in Whitehorse and it has really been one of our favorite places in Canada. So if you haven't seen that video yet, make sure to check it out after this one. I will leave a link in the description. For now, as we came from Dawson City and we're working our way towards Vancouver before the winter starts, winter is coming, it really is getting chilly and cold, we made Whitehorse a pit stop as it was a 2-day drive. Our next destination is Stewart, which is another little over 1,000 kilometers. I'll put the mileage in the screen as well. So that's another 2-day drive. We took a little break here, we're ready to go, and as we always say, up and away, and we bring the world at your feet.